Hey everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here using the Card Creator Windows 1 die set by Paper Rose. So I have a lot of scraps, and I'm all about let's dig into that paper. So this here was from a journal that I created, and it was from, I believe it was called The Black Swan by etc. I'll link down to that as well. It was a beautiful digital download for a journal set. So I had this piece and I'm just cutting it down. I'm using, and I'm sorry my phone's shaking there, but this deckled edge trimmer, it's firm. So you really gotta when you get down to that end, especially when you have glue and you're not patient enough to let it dry. So I cut the panel down and I'm going to place this up onto some black cardstock. Of course, the vintage photo is going to come in, and I'm just going to go around the edges, and then I'm going to put this onto a piece of black cardstock. And this card is, of course, as you can see, a slimline that's measuring 4 by 9. This is one of the larger sizes. No, 4 by, I'm sorry, 8.5. So it's a little bit wider. Usually mine are 3.5 by 8.5. But I just didn't want to not have that paper in the background. They are beautiful. And within this paper, there are pinks, there are browns, there's blacks and ivories. So what I'm doing is I die cut, I'm using also the Hello die by Paper Roses as well. And it comes with a cloud, what I call a cloud. And I die cut that from Desert Storm 3 times. And I die cut the Hello out of black cardstock as well 3 times. I like to cut the cloud 3 times as well. So I always have a really super thick chipboard type of sentiment when I'm doing this usually. I just think it's more sturdier and it really kind of like pops off that page. I did go around the Desert Storm cloud with some vintage photo. And now you have all of these die cuts. Some of them have textures in them. Some of them have a design. Some of them have cutouts. And here's the funny part. Get ready to laugh. So I'm like, okay, this image is going to be really cool. I'm going to place that right on top of this piece. I didn't realize they would all cut separately. Just saying. So after I was die cutting it, I'm like, oh yeah, look at that. They are separate. But it was in a really cool design. So I just die cut it from separate or from different colored cardstocks. But I still wanted it to be in kind of the same formation that the die came in, because I thought that was just really cool. Yeah, it was really funny when I thought. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is this? So I'm setting the design around the hello, the sentiment, and I'm making sure that those blocks that are around the hello are mainly black, so that it'll help for that to stand out. Now I'm just going to glue these down. I'm not going to use any double-sided foam squares on these or anything like that. My sentiment has all the dimension, and that's where I wanted it. But I'm just making sure I'm going around each of these images with some vintage photo, because you can never have enough of that. And then, again, just setting them in that place. Now, of course, we will be embellishing this as well. And for that, I'll be pulling in some pearls and some gems. But yeah, it was really funny when I die cut it. You know, only me. We have fun when we are being creative, right? At least I know I do. It's never a dull moment. Thank goodness for voiceovers. But you can just see you've got this faint design in the background, and you've got these geometric shapes that are just sitting on that. Now, to accent them as well, you could use drops, you could use stickles. I'm actually going to use the satin gold pearls from Trinity, and I'm going to use my black gems from Studio Katya. And I'm just going to place those. And again, I'm going to be strategic when I place these down. So some are going to have one, some are going to have two. Some are going to be on the right side, some are going to be on the left side. So you've got this whole geometric feel, but with a vintage twist to it, which I think is really cool. So I'm just picking and choosing where the gems are going to go and what they'll look like. The only one that of course that I did not put any gems on is the one that it's down on the bottom there. Well, now it's on the top next to the left of the pink, because of the cutouts that it had. I didn't want to put really small pearls in there because that's what I was kind of looking at there. And I'm just putting in that last pearl. And then I'm also going to add some pearl. This one pearl just gave me a problem like there was no tomorrow. I'm just cleaning up around it. Even though the glue dries clear, I do like to clean up around it. So in this pattern, there was like a doily print, and it was coming up on there. So I just took some really small gems and put one each on each side. So it's just to the left that those gems are sitting there. And that is our card for today. I do hope you enjoy it. I hope maybe you've got some, you know, spare pattern paper in your stash and you have this die that'll just add some accents to it. But as always, all the products that I use will be listed down below. I encourage you to check them out. And if you have any questions, make sure you leave those down below as well. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you ring the bell and hit that thumbs up so others know that this was a video that you enjoyed and maybe they would as well. Everyone, have a great day. Enjoy, but remember what's most important. Always be creative, guys, and I'll talk to you in the next one.